comes the sun, I say it's alright.
Well, I have some interesting stories for you guys. Yesterday was horrible. I found out on Thursday that this is not the NJ that I've had, by the way. It's a new one. I got a new NJ yesterday. The one that I had placed last Friday, I found out on Thursday it had got a kink in it, and that's why it's not been working. I cleaned it up pretty good. I'm trying to find something. I've got like some medicine on my posters here, and I had it like this huge like on my ceiling fan, and it just exploded all the time when I would be pushing meds. So I finally learned to like wrap a towel around it and then lean the syringe on the floor and like push. And some of it would. Oops, I just leaned on my phone. And some of it would still leak all over the towel, so I wasn't getting all my meds. I've been kind of potsy. I ran a liter of fluids last night, and that helped a lot. And I'm running one right now, so I'm finally like sitting up and feeling okay. I'm having trouble like standing up and walking. I'm having a lot of pre-sync pee. I passed out several times in the past couple days. I found out on Thursday it was kinked, and I knew it wasn't working. It was going to need replaced or something anyway. I kept trying to say like, well, you just got it. I don't understand why it's not working right, and that's all I kept hearing. So I was frustrated. I'm sorry, I'm still a little dopey from the anesthesia. I'm just like, I sat up to do the video, and I'm just kind of like, da da da. I probably should be lying down so I can think. Oh my gosh. I hate lying down all the time though to do these. I feel like I'm always like in bed. Got my pal with me. Kinked. So they got me in really quickly. They got me in the next day. My favorite doctor was going to do it, and then he came to me and said that his partner was going to do it. One of my favorites, Dr. K, and he said he's like really tall, and he was the one that tried to do my GHA. I have several little holes in my stomach from him trying to place it. He tried so hard, and but it just everything wasn't in the right place. And he knew it would make me really uncomfortable to have it where he was going to have to put it. Anyway, so he came, and he was, like, rubbing my foot. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, not as sorry as I am. He's like, I know. He felt so bad. So, he said, my fellow's going to do it, and, he's really nice, really like him, and he comes, and, he's really cool. He's, like, he's African, like from Africa, and he had not a very strong accent, but an accent, and he was just so neat, and I really liked him. He was nice, but he was like, this is such a simple procedure, in his accent, it'll be in and out, and I'm like, okay, we'll see. And sure enough, I go back, and I wake up, and I find out that I'd been in there for, I remember looking at the clock going, have I just been in recovery for a really long time, or what the heck happened? Because it was like hours and hours, like 4 hours later. And when I finally looked at the clock, I knew I'd been in there for at least an hour or so, and I was in there in the room under fluoro for about 2 hours while they tried to place it, and because my stomach was really distended, and that gave them trouble. I also have a really long and floppy duodenum, however you say that word, and my spine I have a left lumbar curve in my spine from my scoliosis, and I'm thin, so my spine, even if it wasn't scoliosis, it pinches on my small bowel, and so they didn't even get the NJ fully into my jejunum. It's like right at the junction between the duodenum and the jejunum. So it's like, it's kind of like not really all the way in. I've had to feed in my duodenum before and it doesn't feel good. Right now I'm okay. I'm on a lot of pain meds for my nose. Speaking of which, I meant to go up to 50 earlier and I didn't, so I'm going to do it real quick. Alright, so I'm currently 66% of the way to my goal rate. And we'll see how it goes. I don't even think I've taken any Zofran today. I'm doing pretty good. So that's what happened to me this week. Or yesterday. Okay, here's gonna be my question. Do you ever just get to the point where you feel like so much has happened to you medically at any one given day or week? Like maybe you had a really long hospital. Like I just had that week and a half hospital stay that was really, really a rough hospital stay. And I just had that tube placed, and then a week later to need it placed again. When this is my 7th NJ tube, and they're not like an NG where you just pop them in and you're done in 30 seconds. I mean, 2 hours, and all that sedation. And I've done many of them awake, and my sinuses are really shot. You know, I could need sinus surgery from all these. I also have an ulcer in my jejunum, probably from these tubes. But I mean, maybe not from the tubes, but either way, the tube's not going to be helping it now that it's there. However it got there is another story, but do you ever just feel like, I just could feel myself shutting down the past several weeks. I just was shutting down. I was really numb. Like, I just couldn't imagine having the pain of another tube placed again. And my counselor said that when I went to see her, she's like, numb was the first thing I thought of when I saw you. And I don't like that. I don't ever want to become numb. I don't want to ever shut down. And I was still talking to people, and I was still, you know, having my emotions, but like I definitely wasn't myself. And yesterday I just completely, like a computer, I just shut down. But then I was able to restart myself. And I feel so much more alive this morning and so much more like myself. And it's going to take some time because I've been through a lot just with everything that's happened, and I'm not knowing what's wrong with my swallow and being told a lot of things that I was told in the past. And I remember looking at the doctor, my GI doctor, and going, I was told for years to get over it and to stop falling down because there was no reason why I was. But there was a reason. I have POTS. So I always know that I have a really hard time being told there's no reason because I feel like there always is a reason. And so I'm hoping that she'll take that to heart and she'll help me. But so far, the only thing they're looking into is my gastroparesis, which it looks like I have gastroparesis. My Dr. Awesome said, yeah, you know, your study was slow and that's called gastroparesis, but I never really called it that. Because I wasn't having severe symptoms, and it wasn't that bad, but now everything's kind of, you know, getting worse and worse and worse now. So I'm going to have another test done, and they're actually going to do it a little differently. I'm actually going to sit up for it, which changes your digestion. And I think that's something that's going to be different. The one I had before. Sorry, this one here is bothering me. I was lying down. But it's the 4-hour stay, so I'm doing that on Monday. So I feel more like me. I feel more back. I feel more peaceful. What else did I want to talk about? I think that was it. I mean, I have all the questions to do and stuff, but so I guess I'll get into those. But thank you for listening. I wanted to share that it had happened, and that's my question. Do you ever feel like you just shut down? And how do you open up again? For me, it was all God. He just, I kind of shared on my Facebook status because someone had said to me, like, that's really good that you recognize that you're numb like that, because the whole time I knew I was doing it. I knew it was happening, and so I kind of shared a little bit on my Facebook that was going on, and just like a blurb at the end of what had happened during the day. and like everyone was commenting on my status and being so kind, and sorry, my stomach hurts, and like saying, you know, like, if you hurt, we hurt, and we love you so much, and we're praying for you, praying for you, praying for you, praying for you. And then this morning, everyone was just writing on my wall, how are you doing this morning, or, you know, thinking of you, or we need to Skype soon, or just, like, you know, being so sweet, and it just really touched my heart, and I just felt like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I never get people writing on my wall or saying things like that, but it was just a little extra today, and God really used it in a different way today. So, yeah. It was really blessing this morning. So that's how God got me out of it, and He always does. Rachel, what do you like to do with friends? I like doing anything really. I like the mall just because it's so handicapped accessible for me. Not really the shops, but just like going around. It's just something that I can do easily in my chair. But that's a bit of a cop-out. I don't really mind doing anything. I like just watching movies. I really like anything where we can just like be hanging out together and laughing. Like, I just love being all together with a bunch of people and just talking and hanging out. Like, that's one of my favorite things. Like, all these grad parties, I'm in my 7th heaven, having like all of my school friends and like all the faculty and stuff together. Like, we all love it. We all love being together. What concerts do you go to? I've been to 2 years in a row. I went to, it's called Creation Fest, and it's in the summer. It's 5 days long. 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days long. And if you work though, you're there like for 7 or 10 days. And I was there longer. And there's all these amazing Christian artists and speakers, and it is like the most amazing week. It just like fills up my soul, and I'm just like that verse, my cup runneth over. I'm just like with happiness and joy, and just feel so renewed with my faith and my walk with Christ, and oh my word, it's amazing. So I love that. And I've also been to a Casting Crowns concert, but they're usually at Creation, but I went to one of their concerts with someone I met at Creation, so she's one of my good friends now. Hello? And I love you very much. Thank you. You guys are the best. Oh, and I loved your firework pictures. How do you get them so stinking clear? Mine were always like, they were beautiful. I really enjoyed looking at them because I didn't get to see any fireworks this year, so I really love it when people have been posting photos so I can see them. Caroline asked, what did you do on the 4th of July? Well, I'd just been discharged the day before, and I was so exhausted. I just slept all day, rested all day. But I listened to the firecrackers, and that was nice. Listened to all the illegal fireworks. So, maybe they weren't illegal. They might not have been. I'm just assuming they weren't. And about your basketball, I know you can achieve that in some form, and I know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. I mean, look at you riding. I mean, it's just incredible, and I bet next year you'll say that you made the basketball team or something like that. And you should look and see if they have like any intramural sports. I love playing intramural volleyball. I thought that was so fun. Well, you know, if you needed to rest and stuff, it's still competitive, but like, you know, it's not as intense as like an actual season. And about like drinking more water and things, I found that drinking things with electrolytes helped take my water further because of like the salt in it, and it helped me like hold on to the water I was drinking. So I don't know if you've ever thought of like buying those electrolyte packets you can add to the water so you don't get all the sugar and stuff, but you still get the benefits of like Gatorade, but without all the nasty stuff in it. I'm sorry if I've said that before. I can't remember when I've said something or when I haven't. My friend does that though because she doesn't like drinking Gatorade. And someone asked something about, like, do you blog? I don't know. It was like a couple weeks ago, but I just want to say I have joined Tumblr. We'll put the link. And I blogspot. I used to have a blogspot. I was actually pretty into it, but I don't really use it much anymore. I have a Cambridge. That's it. That's pretty much it. Colleen, Stacy, Lauren, Emily, I hope you're all okay, and I hope you didn't make videos because you were too busy having fun, though I know some of you just aren't feeling well or busy, so just know that we're here for you and we're thinking of you, and we love you very much. And somehow, Colleen, I know you made a video like 2 weeks ago. I couldn't get it to work, or I don't know. I need to go back and watch it because I love your videos and I don't know how I haven't seen it yet. Or maybe I did see it and I just forgot I watched it. But you're very memorable, so I doubt that happened. Okay, I love you guys with all of my heart. And you make me happy. And this is really getting long. So thank you for this opportunity to be on Team Potsies for all these Fridays. And welcome back, Jenny, next week. And the day before you come back, I will be in Toledo seeing Dr. Crab. So that's very exciting. Anyway, thank you very much. I really enjoyed this, and maybe I'll be out here subbing if anyone needs a sub. And that's all I can think of. But I've truly been blessed by this. So everything has a time and a season, and I think that this has been perfect. It's perfect timing for Jenny to come back because I know Nina and I have a project coming up that we're going to be working on, so I'm very excited about that. And so it's just great that it worked out this way. So thank you, and I hope you all have a very, very blessed week. I love you all. Bye.